today. Because by the time you have sun, it'll be 10:45. So there you go. It is another lovely Tuesday evening. A bit colder than I like, but hey, this is how we start 2022. A bunch of people getting sick, and it's freezing, and yeah, it's great. 2020 is great, guys. It's great. I'm assuming everybody's New Year was great. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody's holidays, New Year? How's everybody doing?
I'm here.
Good. Always good to be here. Adam, how you feeling?
I refused to respond until Desunoto joins. I didn't want to start until he got here.
Oh, okay.
Now you're the bad guy.
Yeah, now I'm
Uh,
now I'm the bad one.
No,
Absolutely.
my New Year's is alright. I spent it with some friends.
Good. 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 Good.
I mean, we were all at home. They
Yes,
were on, but we
as
were
we
on.
should be.
Uh-huh.
As we should be. Nobody should be interacting with one another unless you want to get sick.
Correct.
Everybody stay in your
sick
house.
daddy.
Go get vaccinated. Stay in your house. Anyway, it is the start of a new year for Crafting a Chat. We are on episode 74 here. We're approaching our big 100. Only about 26 more episodes to go there. And yeah, um, gentlemen, what have we played last week? Anybody want to go first here?
I will go first because mine's short, but real quick.
Please
This
go
is the
ahead.
third year we've done Crafting a Chat. We started this in 2020, then 2021, and now it's 2022.
Oh my God, where the time goes.
So,
How are we doing this? Oh well, yeah, we only do
Because
one.
there's
So
52 weeks in a year. Come on,
yeah,
keep
we
up.
do. Yeah,
are you
yeah, we
okay?
do. When did we start this in 2020? I can't remember what
August?
month we did this.
It has to be August this year.
August.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
So yeah, crazy. What did I play? No surprise to anyone. I'm saying Assassin's Creed, Animal Crossing. Just been playing the crap out of that. Just paying off debts. No debts anymore. Making money. Have around 6 million bells in the bank. Um, it's now February 25th. There's no more snow anymore. Um, yeah, currently playing it right now. My friend Jay, she pops in. She's in the world. She's actually just in my world now too. So I'm currently getting some fossils assessed. My hours are 100 and something. I don't even know at this point.
you're living in a world in an Animal Crossing, or you're living in a time where it's past Horizon.
I feel like it's slowly waning. Honestly, like yesterday I didn't play, so um I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. So eventually we'll get you off of that.
Yeah. Our friend whatever his name is now. What we calling
Say Cacafuego.
him? Yeah, that guy. Cacafuego? Is that what you said?
Is that what we're calling him? Cacafuego.
Um,
It's now.
sure, Cacafuego. I got him headphones for Christmas, so he should be more inclined to play Far Cry now. Um, so
Help you finally get that platinum.
what I was talking to him yesterday, and what we decided to do is I'm basically gonna carry him through, get the other trophies, and then we'll both go for that one trophy, and we'll both unlock the platinum at the same time.
So what you're saying is you're gonna carry Cacafuego on your back, right?
I mean, not really. I mean, when I say carry, like we're doing the same thing. It's not like I'm
Mm,
carrying him, he's carrying me. Like we're just playing the game at
Yeah,
that point.
he'd break his back.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what's happening there. So, Animal
Breaking your
Crossing.
back?
That's
Is
about
that
it.
what's going on?
Yeah.
I've already
All
said
right.
no.
Well.
I will not answer any more questions.
Okay. All right then.
Ooh,
Well,
getting away from
appreciate
the
it.
media.
All right, Kevin, what'd you do last week?
Oh boy, you ready for the laundry list? Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm ready
I'm
to do it.
actually gonna do this like for the past couple weeks 'cause I haven't been here. So here we go.
Yeah.
This is what I've been playing. You ready?
Give it to me, Daddy. Give it to me.
I've been playing some Destiny 2. I've been
Mm-hmm.
playing Moons of Madness,
Mm-hmm.
Song of Horror, um,
Did you advance
Ender
at all in
Lilies.
Song of Horror? Did you
Not
get
much.
any further? No. Okay.
Not much. Um, I've been playing. I lost my train of thought. Where was that? Where was that?
Song of Horror.
Oh, you're fine. Uh, another game. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1.
Oh.
Uh, more Destiny. More Destiny. more
Gotta
Destiny
say,
2.
you got me into a Destiny kick. I was
And
playing all last
more
night.
under lilies. Destiny's definitely had the majority piece of it, but yeah, all those other games too, which we'll dive into a little bit more in a few moments.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. All right.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, I played a bunch of Destiny. I've gotten hooked on it for a little bit now. I was finishing up the old legacy quests, Shadowkeep and stuff like that. Shadowkeep's actually really interesting.
Mm.
I was playing that. I was like, look at this. The story is actually pretty cool looking. For those who don't know, I mean, I've been out for a while, so I'm not really concerned about spoilers at this point. But it's just a giant pyramid that appears in the moon, and apparently all the dead people, all the dead guardians have um, been on that in that pyramid, trapped, and their souls slowly leaking out, and you find versions of yourself throughout that pyramid, versions of yourself that have died, and those versions come back to haunt you. It's great, it's fantastic.
Ooh, fun.
That's not all. You want to get out of his seat and go into your seat. What are you
Nice
doing?
Saturday evening.
Oh, I wasn't even here
Oh my god.
before. It was,
Here now.
Clearly. That's not what you do last week.
hmm, I didn't really play anything.
No, you didn't do anything.
No, just watching a bunch of YouTube, I guess. Something I
Okay.
wanted to cut down on a bit, but creeps back over. I
Wait,
was
why?
watching
Why are you trying to
Better
cut down
cut
on
down.
YouTube?
I want to play more games than YouTube
Ah,
because this past year I've only played like a few.
Fair.
I was thinking about it the other day. I don't know how many. I don't think I've gotten double digits in platinums of last year. I'm pretty sure I got like maybe 5 platinums altogether last year. I played quite a bit of games last year. I think it's the most I've played in quite a while. Adam, you got quite a few platinums last year. You're double digits of platinums.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah. Kevin, you got how many platinums you got last year? 2, 3?
Last year? No idea.
Yeah, pretty sure you got like 2 or 3.
Sure. We'll go with
Okay.
that.
Well, yeah, I hope you get more time to play and advance in some more games. I mean, you got quite the laundry list you have to play. You still have to play God of War. You still got to play Horizon. You still got to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Some of the best games on PlayStation you haven't even played.
Sekiro.
Absolutely.
I
All
was
right
actually
then.
watching the DBZ abridged the last
Oh,
2 days while working.
that's still going. Well, no, they stopped making that, didn't they?
hmm I was rewatching.
Yeah. Good talent, those guys. Sad
Still
that they
so
had to stop
good.
making it. Absolutely, I would agree. Great show. Good talent, wasted. Couldn't do it. Sucks. Terrible. Um. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, Kevin, did you want to take us off in the first topic here?
I would love to.
Go right
Okay.
ahead.
We go fast. Ready? Here we go.
Speed run,
I got,
rapid fire.
that's right. I got 4 first impressions to get out of the way, and then I have a small topic for everybody to talk about and discuss. All right. So, in no particular order, here we go. I've been playing a bunch of games because Christmas time, and I haven't gotten far enough into any of them to really do a proper review. So we're just gonna do some quick first impressions of things. First game up, Moons of Madness. As far as I'm concerned, so far this is a walking simulator with some horror elements to it. Um, kind of HP Lovecraft-ish in space. Uh, Pretty solid game so far. I'm hoping that there's a threat that can actually kill you at some point in this game because like the environment is very, I don't know, realistic and not overly scary. But like if there were actual threats to you and your existence, then it would definitely be like a little bit more unsettling because you are in the middle of nowhere. You are on Mars. Like that's it. No. um,
Hmm.
Could you compare that to like Returnal's
or you're on a
environment
moon or
where,
something.
yeah,
Um,
like
Kinda.
Returnal was kind of scary environment. I mean, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of sounds and things happening there, but you
Yeah,
were
it was kind of a freaky
armed.
freaky joint. Yeah, it's kind of similar to that.
Okay.
Um, but like there really isn't a whole lot in the game so far to review. Voice acting's been really good, script's really good. There's not a ton of character interaction really, but what is there is really good. Uh, Lighting pretty solid, graphics pretty solid. It's very very similar to like Alien Isolation, maybe just like a little bit less quality overall. So pretty solid game. I think it normally retails at about $30 though, and I would not pay that much. I paid 15. Great price.
Good price. Good
Um,
price.
I would not pay full price for this game so far, but it's not like bad. It's just there's not a lot going on. I played Song of Horror a little bit.
Hmm.
I know more about this game through watching people play it, and that's why I know that like I would like to enjoy playing the game through. Like I watched a chunk of it, and then I was like, all right, I would like this game, and stopped watching it. Um, I don't know where that chunk is in the timeline, so whatever. Voice acting is pretty solid. Gameplay is, I mean, it's third person survival horror without tank controls, so works pretty well. Um, I like the fact that characters you have, I think, like four characters you can choose from, and if anyone dies, they're dead. That's it. Like if you get everyone killed, start over. I love that. I like games to
Permadeath
do that.
system.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I really enjoyed playing Obscure the bit that I did. If that game actually played better, it would have been a better game. But like mechanics and controls in that game were sometimes they were like really freaking cool and the controls worked. Most of the time though, it was not the case. Um, but yeah, so Song of Horror, I would recommend that game, and its full price I think is $30, and I think it definitely is going to be worth it in the long run.
I think it's
Um,
been on sale on PlayStation quite a bit actually. When I've
Probably
been looking at
has,
some of the
yeah, it's been
previous
out for quite a
sales,
while. You know.
I've been seeing some very good things about that, and your recommendation
I've
makes it
heard
sound better.
fantastic things about the game. Yeah,
Hmm.
but I would recommend it for anybody who likes survival horror. However, I will say that this doesn't appear to be a game where it's going to play like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. You're more akin to like
Hiding
if Amnesia were a third-person game.
or like
Um,
Outlast.
yeah, or like Outlast. There's a lot of neat mechanics in this game too. I know some mechanics I haven't quite come across yet. With like doors. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody because I think it's a really cool mechanic personally. Um, and then I played some Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I got through the first case that they kind of just throw you into before they kick you out and say, here's the open world, have fun. Pretty sure I solved it wrong, but that's fine. Because you can do that in this game. Like Crimes and Punishments. And I assume the game that came after that, but nobody talks about that game for some reason. So, Chapter 1, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty solid. I mean, it's basically Crimes and Punishments again, but in an open world. Plays pretty well, controls well. Voice acting is all over the place and really inconsistent, so not too great. But um,
There's
even though
also
the
a
voice
John
acting
that's not the
isn't,
John you think it
yes,
is.
that's right. The voice acting, even though it's like inconsistent and not all that great, the script is not bad. So if you can put up with like people reading lines weird, but like the actual meat of the thing being all right, there you go. I really like the system they have in place where you can pin a piece of evidence and then you can like question people on it. Makes it a lot more interesting and a lot more like interactive because it
Hmm.
makes you feel like you're doing more. Like you actually like think about okay, who might know something about this, um, and the way you get responses through that system is kind of odd because it's not voice acted, but you'll get relevant information nonetheless when you question people who actually like know something about that. Um, it was definitely a corner they cut with programming, which that said, I'm hoping that they continue to make games and iterate on things. I think they are moving in general in a better direction for a Sherlock Holmes game. And I think this lays really, really good groundwork so far from what I've played for another game that uses like similar systems and engines that they've already set up so they can cut out all that development time and just work to make things better. So we'll see what they do. Um, but that one, Yeah, I would recommend it. Depending on what you want to get out of it, though. Like if you're not going to explore this game and try to get like everything, find all the possible cases and stuff like that, probably not the price point that it's at. I think it's like $50, 45, something like that. Um, Finally, say the best for last. Ender
Mm.
Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. I highly recommend this game. I highly recommend this game to anybody who enjoys Metroidvanias or a Dark Souls style game, or better yet, both. If both apply, you should already have this game. Um, so this
Ooh.
gameplay is incredibly similar to Salt and Sanctuary or Dead Cells, except I thoroughly enjoy the way that they change up your like inventory slash skill system. Um, your character is practically useless. Your character is this little girl who does the moving, the jumping, the dodging. That's it. When you want to attack things, she has spirits that protect her that
Mm-hmm.
become your weapons. So there's a swordsman that you can invoke to use sword abilities. There's other spirits that you will beat and like absorb their power, and they'll have limited uses. Or at least up to this point, all of the ones I've taken have limited use, where the swordsman is infinite. Could be different. I don't know. Um, Very early on. But these other powers you get, you can select 3 spirits basically to go with you, and you don't have to have the sword. Um, and you keep invoking their powers as forms of attack. But it's not just like a weapon system either. It's not like a cop out for, oh well, we didn't feel like putting in weapons, so we changed it up like this to make it make sense to the story. No, no, no. Like the swordsman is basically as if you're wielding a sword, yes. But then there's like a bird thing that you summon, and it will just attack things, and it doesn't get hit. Like it cannot be targeted or hit, so it'll just attack things as long as you have it summoned up. And each time it attacks, it takes away from how many like total attacks it has. There's abilities that you like will directly launch as if it were a weapon. Like there's a enemy that, or there's a spirit that like throws this bile, for lack of better words,
Mm-hmm.
and it like arcs up and then hits the ground like a sort of grenade sort of pattern. Um, then there's also things that like it'll summon the spirit into this that space that you're like in, and it will do its thing and then go on cooldown. So like you can be like, oh, okay, this enemy is coming toward me. I'm gonna have this spirit doing its thing right here while I go walk in this other direction, because it'll just exist there temporarily and do that thing. Like basically what I'm trying to say is they all function very differently. It's almost like you're casting spells and not really like directly using inventory items or like weapons. So I think it's really cool. I think they've done some really interesting things with the formulas that most games have already established in like this genre of 2D platforming, possibly Metroidvania thrown in with like Dark Souls-ish level difficulty or like similar fight style. Um, and the storyline so far pretty solid. The music, 12 out of 10. Oh my god. Oh, music is so great. And I'm pretty sure it like repeats a lot, but I don't care. It's so good. It's so fitting. um, and yeah, so those are those games.
Okay. Okay.
Reviews to come later. Full reviews to come later. Anybody got anything about those?
I'm gonna be looking forward to your Song of Horror review. I think I want to see some of that because Song of Horror was some game that I'm interested in. I would like to hear your horror review games because your horror game reviews. That's I don't know how I spoke English. Um, I liked God Visage or Visage, and I want to see Song of Horror. There was another one you played, and I can't remember which is the one that you played and you gave a review on it. There's another like very well received. I don't want to say indie, but I think it's an indie
Survivor
because
Horror?
yeah, I think it's
Momentum.
you played. Which one?
Momentum.
That's the
Momentum.
one.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
I gotta finish that. I'm so close.
I particularly like yours because you give very detailed like um mechanics and things like that are going on in the game, because like the ones that are like Outlast, I generally will steer away from. I don't like those because I feel very helpless in the game where I can't do
Mm.
anything to
Mm-hmm.
try and save myself. I'll play like I have Alan Wake I have to play. I'll generally
Great game.
play, yeah, the like the Resident Evil series and other ones like that, or I at least have something to defend. I don't want to get into like where it's too actiony and like I'm almost like too OP for some of the enemies. I like the enemies to be balanced enough where they're still a threat to me, but I have
Mm-hmm.
some way of defending myself. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like all your horror game reviews usually that you
Yeah.
put out. I'm waiting for that one. I want to see that.
Thanks. I try.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm waiting for from you at least. And then I
All
know
right.
we have to get into Back for Blood. That's another horror. I mean, I
Yes.
guess it's a horror game, so that'll be like a cooperative one that we can
Shooter.
play that.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's more shooter. Yeah, than horror.
Okay. Anybody else before I go into a little topic?
Was there a physical release for this? Or...
For Ender Lilies?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
It
see any.
apparently. So,
Play.
unfortunately, I don't even remember this game like being mentioned. Adam said that we saw it at E3 and we made comments on it. I
Yeah,
don't
we did.
remember. Um, it
Which
came out
E3
in
this year?
January.
Uh huh.
No, it came out January
Oh,
21 of this year, apparently.
Yeah, the E3
21,
before.
21st. Yeah.
There's E3 this year hasn't happened. Genesis.
I mean like
Apparently,
2021 is what I mean.
yeah.
No.
Apparently, it came out at the beginning of this year. So, it's kind of sad that this like avoided a lot of press and stuff because it's actually an incredibly good game.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. What's your
Anything else?
small topic that we got?
Oh boy, here we go. All right. So, I was thinking about something. So there's let me back up. There's this thing in gaming now, that boggles my mind, but it's probably because I'm just old. And I don't mean this in a way where like, oh, I'm more mature. No, 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 I'm just old. Um,
Yeah, you are.
when I played games, um, I mean, we're going back to Command and Conquer, Red Alert,
Oh,
Doom,
so good.
Wolfenstein, Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, Counter Strike. Um, I think I started at 1.5, which isn't that. Counter Strike had been around for years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, all these games, what do they have in common? There weren't unlockables in these games. Like you played the game. That was it. You you played the game, and then like even online games like Counter Strike, Half-Life Deathmatch, Quake 3 Arena, Unreal Tournament. There was nothing to unlock. There were no achievements. There were no challenges. Um, you just played it because you enjoyed playing the game. So nowadays you have, especially like with Call of Duties, Battlefield, Battle Royales, stuff like this. Everybody, even single player games, but we'll compare apples to apples here for a moment. Um, with the multiplayer games nowadays, it's interesting because we have so many people that will play these games and then come out and be like, "I did everything. What's next?" And I'm like, "You mean what's next? Like, okay, yeah, you got all your like titles and your player emblems and whatever cards and whatever all the crap is called in Call of Duty. I could care less." I'm like, okay, so you unlocked all that, you completed all the challenges, but like, do you like the game? Do you want to just play the game? Well, no, not. What else do I unlock now? I have nothing else to work for. I'm like, interesting. Okay, okay. I can't wrap my head around it because I'm just too used to just playing a game because I like it. But now, what's interesting? So I thought about this a little more. Now, what's interesting about this is everybody always wants like, I shouldn't say everybody. These people want more stuff to like play for, more stuff to unlock, more challenges, more
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yet, at the same point, generally speaking, people don't like season passes and battle passes and stuff like this, where you have to pay, $10, $20, whatever, to get like the next set of stuff. You don't necessarily have to, right? Because the game still exists. But like that gives you more things to unlock, more things to play for. But yeah, everybody's like, yeah, but why are you doing this? And okay, sure, companies could go ahead and give you this stuff for free, I suppose. But this is also a, the main way that you're going to get content like this added back into games. Either that, or companies are going to have to make full-on expansion packs, which take even more time to do, and you have to wait between games. So I just thought it was rather interesting that, in general, battle passes and things like this are looked down on, or like even loot crates and stuff that could add additional content. You do have to, play for all that stuff to unlock the skins that are within it, or like the different weapons or character skins, whatever else is in these things. Um, it's all looked down on, but yet people still want to chase that carrot on a stick rather than just play a game they enjoy playing. There you go. Thoughts?
Um, I'm gonna immediately come into this because Destiny
I'm
2
ready.
is a huge example of that. Destiny and Destiny 2, 100% a huge example. You look at the original Destiny, and there were people just complaining beyond belief, but rightfully so in that manner, because yes, Destiny 2, Destiny 1 did not have everything it was supposed to have, and it was very empty and barren and short. I get it. That makes sense. No problem. Um, and Destiny 2 has the additional, okay, we put all the extra stuff in, we have more stuff in there, and they still complain for more. And this is going to be a continuous thing because with with games like Destiny, there always has to be something more to unlock because the minute you stop is the minute you lose the player base. The minute you don't have anything for them to grind for them to work towards, like a goal almost, um, your interactions with them and their interest and everything in the game literally turns to zero. And it doesn't even matter if the PvP is great, the PvE is great, the gameplay is good, like how it feels as a shooter. It all that stuff is garbage when you have nothing to go and look forward to when it comes to content, additional content, things like that. And I'll go into single players too. I mean, you see a lot of single player games nowadays getting free updates with like challenge modes and things you can unlock by beating those additional difficulties. Spider-Man is an excellent example of that, where they just give you the suits for free, but like, and you don't have to do anything for them. But they could immediately lock those behind challenges, and like you have to finish XYZ challenge and you get this, and now you have more replayability in the game and all that. I would say season passes are season passes are something that I don't mind if it's really providing a extensive amount of content. Like I think a couple weeks ago, Adam had mentioned something about the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, not Odyssey, Valhalla. Sorry, Valhalla
Mm-hmm.
season pass. That he originally thought, hey, this huge thing is going to be in the season pass, and now it's not. It's part of a second season pass or like a separate thing that you have to pay for. In that manner, that's yes, they're providing like a good amount of content, a generous amount of content. Um, if I was still into Assassin's Creed, would I go for that? I don't know. Maybe. I probably because I want to get more out of that game. I don't know. A game that's similar to that for me is like Final Fantasy 15, where they just kept adding stuff in there, prolonging that experience, dragging that experience out as far as possible to keep the replayability and that base alive in the game. I think they still do the online in that too, and they still regularly update that online, which is just a cooperative version of Final Fantasy 15. Um, I think if you take the aspect of unlockables away, you really that's a huge chunk of the gaming community to take out because
Oh yeah.
even even in an evolution too, unlockables turned into trophies, and like I'll take Adam for example again. He is somebody who will take a platinum, and that is his goal to achieve that platinum. Now, if he absolutely loves the game, he'll go beyond the platinum and say, okay, I want to do X, Y, Z in the game. I want to grab this. I want to grab that. But at the end of the day, if he starts a game, it's a platinum he's got to achieve. So unlockables eventually evolved into achievements and trophies for a lot of people. I would say maybe half. Like half of the gamers base would be trophies now instead of unlockables. I think unlockables is still a very very big chunk of gamers that need that. There's a very minute or very niche group of gamers that will just play a game because they like it. Um, unlockables 100% play very very heavily into a lot of that. Without that, your game is not not appealing to many people if you don't have
Right.
unlockables and things like that to it. So it's weird how that 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 constant what is it called? The constant need for content and unlockables to come is uh is what drives a lot of gamers to continue playing the game.
Hmm.
Where yeah, to your point, back in the day, I don't think they had all that, so you
Right.
just play the game for what you wanted. Or unlockables were just a different um mm, like a different a lot less in games. It wasn't as common in every single game that you play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those are my thoughts on unlockables.
Okay.
I, for one, I like unlockables. I will go the extra mile if I know if I play the hardest difficulty, I get something in the game.
Right. Right.
So,
Um. Yeah. No. And I'm gonna just clarify here, even though I probably don't have to. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like I I don't care what kind of gamer you are. Like, if you go for unlockables and all that, that's fantastic. I'm just trying to get information for myself because, like I said, I can't wrap my head around this concept because all I've known is, hey, I like playing this game. I'm gonna play this game. Like Counter Strike Global Offensive, I think I have like a 90% of the achievements in that game. I couldn't tell you what like any of them are, except for some of the random obscure ones. And I'm like, why would you put this as an achievement? This is like something you have to stage. And some of them I have through normal play, and I didn't think I'd ever would have got it. Like one of them was win a round without firing a shot. I have that achievement. I don't know how I got it. I don't know when I got it. um, yeah. So, and that's not like me not firing a shot. That's the entire team not firing a shot and winning the round. So go figure how that happened. Um,
how the hell did you do that?
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know when I got it. To be honest, I mean, there's a timestamp on Steam that means nothing to me. Like this is how little I care about like achievements and unlocks and stuff. Generally speaking, unless it's actually like something pertinent to the game. Like if it's, oh, I want to go for like unlocking this weapon so I can use it. Okay, yeah, obviously I'm going to care about that. But like title cards and stuff like that, unless it looks super BA and I look at what the requirement is and I'm like, I can do this. Then maybe I'll fight for it. But otherwise, I'll just get stuff as they come to me.
Risk of Rain 2 was a game that you really cared about. I mean,
I
because I
cared
think
about
I
the
was
unlocks. That's all I went for.
yeah. That was. I mean, I was with you. That's why we were shooting for the platinum. We were like, yeah, we can do this trophy list
Oh,
pretty easily.
you don't even know how I behaved on PC. I have everything unlocked except for the skins for characters and one ninja ability. But see, again, like all that stuff is pertinent to like gameplay. So that was fun for me because I got to like play the game in different ways to try to unlock this crap. Oh, anyway, anybody else?
Yeah. So this is a great topic. You brought it up a couple days ago to me, and I was like, "This is a great topic. I'm not going to talk to you about any of this, because
Hmm.
I want to do it all here."
Yep,
First
yep.
thing, you guys are separating this into two people. There are at least three people because I like trophies. I am not a completionist though. What you're describing is somebody who wants all the unlockables, including the achievements and trophies, including all the concept art and stuff. That's somebody who just has a need to complete. I don't have a
That's
need
fair.
to
That's fair.
complete. I got all the trophies in Horizon. I did not find every document in the world. I'm not pulling up a guide. I'm not searching for them on my own. If I want to read some of those stories, which I have, I've gone on the wiki and I've read them because I'm just curious, but I'm not doing the work to do that. I just wanted to get the platinum. Like, I choose games to get platinums in because, like, I like this game, I'm getting the platinum. And I typically only buy games that I know I'm going to like because I know who I am at this point. And then there's people who just play a game and they have fun, and sometimes you play it so much you end up unlocking a lot of the stuff. And sometimes you just play it just just have fun and whatever. I'm playing Animal Crossing. I get these stickers that tell me like, "Hey, you've done this. You've chopped down 5,000 pieces of wood." I don't care. I get Nook miles, and those points I use to redeem stuff to do other stuff. that just helps me in my world. Like, I don't care about if I fill that sticker book. I just have a lot of fun. Um, I think what's interesting about this as well is, like, I think unlockables has always been there because the rewards. Like, you're playing a game, you're getting rewarded. If you played Counter-Strike from day one, in patch 1.1 they added a spectator mode and some guns, and then patch 1.2 same thing, they added more things, and patch 1.3, like, it just kept going. It's not unlockables, but if you played for long enough, look, hey, look what was unlocked. Like, it's just showing support. Now it's like, hey, spend $20 to get a pack for some helmets. It's like, ah, hell yeah, I love helmets. I want to support this game. I think it's like a super complicated topic, but I
I
don't
like
think
that.
it's as easy as like a, hey, like, I just don't understand why people do this. I think it's more like, yo, I don't understand why somebody would spend 150 hours in a game to get everything when they barely like the game, because there are people like that. Like, but I
Oh,
also
absolutely.
kind of understand it because, like, that's who you are. You just have to complete it. You want to see those 100%. Perfect example. Our friend Chris, he loves the Spyro games, and every single game he was like, you got to get 112% or 124, whatever the heck they were for each game, because the percentages are different. And I didn't need to get the full percentages for Spyro 2 and 3. So I didn't, and I didn't care. And he did. He did. He didn't need to, but he wanted to because he loves those games, and that's what he went for. But I know him. He plays a bunch of games, and he doesn't go for platinums always. He's like Spider-Man. He got the platinum in that because he played it, he liked it, and he was like, "This was fun," and the platinum seems obtainable. Like, it's such a a personal topic where it's like, why do you do this but not for every game? Why do you do this but for
Mm.
every game? Like, why do you push yourself through it? It's just personal goals and things like that. So this is a really interesting one. This is a good one, Kevin. Always coming up with good ones.
I try, I guess. But
I
yeah,
like how
no,
you
those fair points. Fair points.
I like how you actually brought in the third look on it. To say that it's not only just if you either like it or you don't like it or you don't care about unlockables or whatever. Um, the whole support aspect of it is actually pretty interesting too. I like okay. I will. I'm not like a huge avid Bandai Namco fan, but a lot of their games I will end up getting a season pass for because I genuinely like it. Along with like even oh God, I'll even say for like back in the day Ubisoft titles. Um, as the Assassin's Creed games got worse and worse, I still ended up buying the gold editions or like those higher editions because
Yep.
I wanted more content from them. Obviously, that's no longer the case, and I will wait for
Yeah, we
that
know.
company
We
to
know.
burn down, and
Yeah,
for
yeah,
all the
yeah. We
employees
just
to
skip past this
yeah.
part.
Um, but but well, like now what I will do, almost any Sony game that comes out, I will if there's a season pass or there's bonus content or anything, I will do whatever as long as I like the game because like I can probably name two of Sony games that I'm not like a super huge fan for, and I'm like if there's more content I really don't care. One of them is probably like Days Gone, and the other one's um something else, and I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Maybe
Oh, that Lucid Games car game.
what was that Lucid car game?
The car game, the Destruction All Stars.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I'm not gonna, I don't care. I don't care about those. I don't care if it's a Sony title or not. I'm not. I don't care about those. Those are not gonna make any difference for me. Um, I think also, the unlockables comes down to. I'll go back to Assassin's Creed for a minute. I would always get the game pre-ordered or make sure my save is in there from the previous games so that I immediately unlock some of those costumes, like those legacy costumes and things, because I like those unlockables meant so much to me. Even in the multiplayer too, I'd make sure I was on every week, cycling through the weekly uh, costumes that would pop on, saving credits, playing matches, doing all that to get those, just because I wanted to own like a specific costume for like each person. It's very weird what each gamer would want to say is their reason for saying I want to do all the unlockables in this game. It can range from they have their favorite costume in there to their the title card that they've always wanted to it's because that game is just so great that they want to get everything unlocked and they want to see every bit of the game, you know?
It could also be as simple as, hey, I want to get this helmet so I can, when I play with other people, they go, man, that guy dedicated time to get that helmet. Like,
That's a really common one actually with
yeah, especially
with
the one
Destiny
I
and
can
Call of
think
Duty.
of is Halo. Because you have to complete that, like, with all the skulls on or whatever, and then you get that one helmet armor, and that's what people are complaining about with the new Halo, because it's not really like that anymore, because a lot of their stuff is like you can just buy it or whatever. But just another example of Wreckfest. I love that game. I platinumed it. I played a lot of it. There were cars that were up for DLC. I didn't buy them. Kevin did though, because he just wanted to support the game because we got it for free and like. But he didn't have a whole thing about collecting every car. He just wanted those. So like,
Yep.
it's. I think we've talked about like DLC and stuff. It can be nice. It can be good, and reward. People like being rewarded. If you give a child $20, they'll be happy. If you give them $5 for 4 days, they'll be happier. Like, that's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
I love that psychology point right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
why
was great.
people like coupons so much. Remember the whole
Yes.
JCPenney thing? They were
Yep.
like, we're getting rid of coupons and we're lowering our prices permanently. 2 years later, the company went bankrupt and they switched their policy back.
They
Yep.
still don't take coupons actually. They don't do anything with coupons still.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't my wife does not shop there anymore because she's like I hate all their coupons. They don't do anything with coupons anymore. They're garbage coupons.
That's
They have
crazy. That's where
coupons,
I buy my
but like
pants.
they're just they don't apply to anything. Like everything is on the exclusion list. Literally what you'd have to go do is like go find the most overpriced item and say, "Okay, here it is." And get
My
10% off.
the pants that I buy, I get at JCPenney's. I get a couple of shirts there every so often too because I'm an old man. And when I buy those, they usually have a coupon for like $5 off. But they're like $45 pants. And everywhere else, they're $40 pants. And I'm like, I'm getting $5 off. And I still go to JCPenney. Because sometimes they have them on sale. But the coupon don't matter.
I think I've
Right.
seen a shift of people going over to like other like oh god there's this they have a store that's called it's called Burlington. People shift over there because they're just like they sell at whatever wholesale prices there are.
Yeah,
But
Burlington
like
is trash.
I mean listen, people there's tons of people shopping in there
I used to
now.
buy
I
my
think it's
coat
ever since
factory there. I once threw up in one of them when I was like 11, and my dad was like apologizing to the store associate and like trying to clean it up. He was like, "I'm so sorry," and the employee was like, "It's okay. You don't have to clean up." And their floors are all carpeted back then. So
Mm.
yeah, classic Adam throwing up.
Yeah. That's no. Do you got anything to throw into this conversation?
Chew, chew.
What?
There he is. You got
Oh,
anything you
you're
want to
asking.
add? Like how you answered to that.
um. Hmm. We're still talking about the collectible and trophy and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
hmm. Um. Well, I would consider myself probably somebody
for you
who
for you
if like I really love the game.
Mm-hmm.
Metroid. Like talk about how Metroid has affected you for unlockables. You know how much stuff you go through to get every single thing in Metroid? So,
Hmm.
and how many save files you go through so that you can see like every bit of details. You're doing speed runs of Metroid for what?
Yeah, I mean, in let's say like the Prime games, there was a there's a few secret ending scenes after you beat the game on a certain difficulty with a certain number of I think the stuff scanned. Was that what it was?
I think
It was in the
yeah.
trilogy. It was you had to get like a certain number of medals because every time you did something or scanned something, you got those medals, those currency you could scan in and or you could get, and those things were all used to
They were for like
unlock.
concept art and
Yeah, you literally were doing it
soundtrack.
for art.
Yeah, in-game art that I couldn't like print or hold in my hand or anything. Just see it in the game. And even like Metroid Prime, if you beat it on hard mode, I think it was a certain number of certain percentage of stuff scanned. I think that's what it was. You get the secret cutscene at the end of the game. Same thing with Prime
Yeah,
3.
yeah, that was one that you seriously put a lot of time into.
Yeah, and like you could go through the entire game without scanning like really anything, unless there were like certain things that you had to scan to progress. Um, but yeah, like something like that. Like there weren't like at that time there weren't even any like trophies or anything.
One of the unlockables I know we had grinded a lot for back in the day was like Borderlands stuff. When we played the original Borderlands, oh my god, there were so many secret unlockables we had to go find, and like things like we put hours. Oh my god, even Resident Evil 5. How many unlockables were in there because we had to beat it on like every single difficulty, beat it without using an item, things like that. Like we logged hours into that.
And a lot of that, the cool thing with that was a lot of the unlockables were in-game stuff you can change, like cosmetic like the costumes for the characters, or actual new characters to play as in the mercenaries mode
Mm-hmm.
or any of the multiplayer modes. Even guns for unlimited ammo for the guns you use in the single player. They were all in this shop that you get points for by just basically playing the game, and you can use it to unlock a lot of stuff. Which I feel like a lot of games nowadays don't really have that.
Another one is Pokemon. Pokemon has, well, that thing has devolved into the garbage
Skip,
mess that
skip,
it is.
skip, skip.
But back like you look at like the older style versions of that, they had a lot of post game unlockables. People would like go through everything in the game, like in the main story, to get to the end so that they could get all the post game unlockables. Like it's it's odd how unlockables can set a goal for yourself. Like, okay, I know in let's say, oh god, there wasn't like an Assassin's Creed that I played where I was like, I know at this point in the game I'm gonna get this suit or this outfit that I just can't wait to get to. I'm just gonna play everything till I get to there, and that's my achievement. Not even the end of the game. I just want that.
That's you.
Yeah. Yeah, his black suit, the Master Assassin.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh my god! And then when I knew that was so the only other time that was unlockable was in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and then it never came back because they renamed the Master Assassin suit as that white suit from Brotherhood. I was like, this is garbage.
That black
How
one has
could
come
you?
back in the newer ones. Except
In
you
the
don't have to play anything. You use Ubisoft points. They're on your Uplay
okay.
account. And it's like 120, and every time you play Assassin's Creed, they're like, hey, you're doing all this stuff. Look at all this Uplay points. And I'm like, I don't know what any of this is, and I will never spend it. And then I play like Far Cry, and it's like, get this gun. I'm like, all right, I'll spend it.
Get this gun.
It's just all easy
I have a
stuff.
bunch of Uplay points for Rainbow Six.
Now that's an interesting
They
point too.
expire,
How
Kevin,
they've
so use them.
Oh,
how does
they
it
probably
how is it
expire
like
too.
if they move in unlockables into like a game, an in-game store where like it's it's not like you have to reach a certain point of the game to unlock it. You just culminate these points from all these games you play, like you play, and go in there and then just start buying your stuff as you go. How?
I mean, I kind of like that.
I like that too.
Like
Yeah.
the Uplay stuff I really like. I kind of wish Sony would do that. I also have always wished that trophies, like, if you got a platinum, it's like 50 cents in real life or something like that. I think it would just encourage more people to spend more time with every game.
I
Mm-hmm.
would 100% be behind that. If they added a monetary value, I would go a step higher and say, like, a bronze is 10 cents, a silver is like 30 cents, a gold is 60 cents, and then a platinum would be like $1 or 99 cents, whatever.
I don't think that would work out monetarily well for them. But also, if they
Or
just make it like PlayStation Store money, or like,
points, like PlayStation points,
yeah, I would be
and they
fine
could
with that.
set up a whole little like un- unlockable store in like on their site for each game that you play.
Yeah, I mean, you use
And you
your
could use those
the
points to
credit
get
card,
stuff.
you get points on the PlayStation Rewards, Sony Rewards. Like, why can't I
Yeah,
gain points for every trophy I earn doing the same
for
thing?
playing their games.
Like reward me for already doing the things that I'm going to be doing in the game that you made, so I can keep
Yeah,
rewarding myself, and then I'll just keep playing. It's like a loop, which
yeah.
some
Then you'll buy
people
more
have.
games and
Yeah,
play more. And
and
I thought they haven't come up with that yet.
it's surprisingly that's typically what we
Yeah.
do now. We just do it by ourselves without them rewarding us. But then everyone, I
Yeah.
think, has like something where they're. I mean, like with my one credit card, I get points on other stuff, and every year I just spend that on like usually somebody's Christmas gift. But this year I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll just keep saving them until I can afford a flight somewhere.
I'm
Like,
gonna keep saving them until I get like $100 voucher from Sony.
yeah, I
I've
have.
always redeemed like the 50s and stuff like that,
Yeah,
but
for mine, I was like my Sony one. I redeem it every like 50 or 100, whatever. But
yeah.
for the other one I have, it's a Discover, and it's up to like 195 or something like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna let it go because as far as I know, it doesn't expire. I have to read through all that to make sure.
None of them ever. No, none of the points ever expired
Oh,
from
okay,
those
cool,
credit cards. Yeah,
cool.
never.
But yeah, like reward me for playing the thing that I'm playing. Yes, the answer for me is always going to be yes.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be another step in evolution for like I think unlockables, the trophies to like, hey, you get monetary rewards. That'd be a really great step forward.
Xbox used to have achievements for watching Netflix on Xbox 360 because they wanted
Watching
to
Netflix.
encourage, yeah, because they wanted to encourage people to use their Xbox to watch Netflix, and it worked. People watched Netflix. They even have like a monthly scorecard, so you can compare what you've done, like how many achievements points you got compared to your friends throughout the month, and it just encourages people to play more games.
Right.
There was actually when I found out that it was around the time Dread came out, Nintendo had put up a reward you can purchase through their platinum points that they have. They
Mm-hmm.
also have like a point system, and they had this set of two holographic Metroid Dread posters, and they were out of stock. And I'm like, oh no! And then they came back in stock maybe in like another week, and I literally spent at least 2 hours going through and checking what I can do to get more platinum points. And I just sat there going to each of the first party game websites, scrolling through all their stuff
Yeah,
and getting all the points that way. And I ended up accruing like 1,000 points by doing that. And I ended up being able to buy the posters.
that's what you gotta do.
I was like, wow, it wasn't even that bad. Like, it took a couple hours to do all of it, but
Yeah.
I got myself an exclusive poster,
Hell
a
yeah.
set of posters that aren't available anywhere else that are for Metroid Dread.
There we go. That's awesome.
I think I
Yeah.
would do the same thing if it was incorporated into PlayStation Home if they ever brought that back. Like, let's say you played a game, you got a platinum in home, you get like a virtual platinum trophy that you can like put up in your house or like
That was actually the goal originally for home.
Was that the goal?
The goal for home was that you would turn on your PlayStation, you would automatically load into PlayStation Home, and then you would go into each room and pick the game you wanted to play in there, and then you can show like all your unlocks and your rewards. Like they wanted PlayStation Home to be like the coolest thing in the world. Like Phil Harrison really thought PlayStation Home was going to be like the best thing since sliced bread. He's really excited for it.
I mean, listen, I thought it was crazy for its time. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, remember when the movie theater came out and we're like, maybe we could watch movies together? But
Oh
that
my
it didn't
god,
happen.
that was insane.
It
I
didn't
thought that was
happen.
crazy.
Like, oh man, what could have been with PlayStation Home?
Hmm.
It could have been so cool. Like, I think eventually we will get there. That's what Facebook is trying to do with the metaverse. But that's a whole different thing, and they suck.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of them.
Yeah, I don't want
No,
to be a
I
part of
don't.
that either.
I don't know. I don't want to be a part of that garbage.
Yeah,
Give me PlayStation Home back. I'll gladly just go away in there and never come back.
exactly. Just live there forever.
So
Please.
real quick, I gotta just interject and throw a thing in here.
Hmm.
Um, I don't understand why anyone else, from what I am aware, does their doesn't do their battle pass like Apex Legends does. I think Apex Legends has the best battle passes and progression within out of any game in existence. Um, because they don't do XP progression, they do stars, and you get stars by completing daily or weekly challenges in the seasons. So it's like, oh, you need 10 stars to advance one level in the battle pass, and your dailies might be, oh, for 2 stars, get 10 downs with assault rifles. For 2 more stars, get 5 kills as one of these 3 characters. For 5 stars, get 30 downs across like 5 matches or whatever have you. And like, it's just so neat because you can do daily stuff and weekly stuff and like accomplish like multiple challenges basically in like single runs, and you have like, I don't know, set goals that you know, hey, if I complete these, I'm going to make some serious progress on this battle pass, as opposed to like, all right, how many matches can I just start crushing down to get like as much experience as possible so I can rocket through this damn thing? Like, I don't know. It, for me, it makes more sense to have like, instead of it being XP based, um, have very real. If you do this, you get this much progress, and there you go.
That's kind of like how Uncharted 4 did it. They would have like daily rewards, and they would also have like, hey, if you accomplish like kill 50 people,
Hmm.
then you get like a whole thing. It's like something that took a minute to get like to work your way up. But then also daily rewards like, hey, if you accept this, you got to do like 5 simple things. And then you do those things, and then you would get these points, and you would take those points to open basically loot boxes, which kind of was annoying.
Mm.
And then you would just get cosmetic items, and that's
Hmm.
all it was. But then if you didn't like your challenge, you could spend some of the points to get to move it on to another challenge. And it was like a fun little thing, and like, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I shouldn't have, I don't
Yeah.
think, but like, it was
You
fun.
shouldn't have.
Yeah, because it's like I like that multiplayer was good, but the amount of hours you, myself, and some others have played that, we were just losing it. We were.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
I don't know. I feel. I mean, I guess it's not really my personal feeling. It's in a way fact here. Like, I don't have a ton of time to play games anymore. But like, if I wanted to get through a season pass of Apex Legends, I could do it. Why? Because I can just log in, look at my daily challenges, and be like, all right, we're gonna try to do these 3 right now. We're gonna use shotguns on this character and go for downs and kills, and I'll get like 3 of these completed. And like, once the dailies are done or whatever, I look at the weeklies and say, do I want to work on more of these, or am I done right now? Because that's it. You can
Yeah,
continue playing matches. You're not going to progress anymore in the battle pass because you don't have challenges to complete. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, it's kind of neat because you could just be like, all right, I'm going to hop on real quick, play for like an hour and a half, and okay, cool, I got all my battle pass progress.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good distinction because people look at people just look at the at other games battle pass and be like, oh, I have to sit here and play 20 hours of matches to
Right.
get this item. It's not like a realistic goal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas what you're saying, they actually set goals that you can actually obtain in a reasonable amount of time
Mm-hmm.
and keep progressing further.
Yeah, like I've done an entire set of dailies and a weekly thing in like 6 hours of gameplay, 7 hours of
Hmm.
gameplay. Granted, I had like all the characters and like the specific weapons and stuff I had to use. I was actually like halfway decent with, but like I don't know. It's just you have a system like that, or you have like what Call of Duty has, or pretty much anybody else, Rogue Company, whatever, where it's like you get a little bit of XP every time you complete a match. You have to play match after match after match after match
Yeah.
to like even accumulate a similar level of progression in Apex Legends. Because like Apex Legends, for the little bit that I play, every time I like hop into a season to see how that game is doing, I'll get through 35 to 40 stages of a battle pass out of like I think it's just out of 100. I'll get through all that in like maybe 40 hours or so of gameplay, 50 hours, because you have like a real currency that like you're going for as opposed to just XP. And when you're doing these
Yeah.
challenges too, like depending on what you're really trying to do, like if you're actually trying to go through the battle pass, let's say you're like, all right, I need to get with this specific because like everything is either referencing a weapon, a character, now a game mode because there's two game modes, but you can reroll shit. So, um, usually referencing a character, a weapon, and doing something to an opponent. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna go use shotguns with this character and down three people. Once you do that, you're done. You've completed those. You can leave the match. You can go get yourself killed. You can jump off a level and go move on to the next thing if you want. Like if you're really just trying to progress that battle pass, you can do that because you don't have to necessarily finish matches in like the top 10 to get the most XP progress possible. You just need to complete your little challenges. Oh, yeah, I just find it interesting that nobody else really does that. I think Destiny is comes the closest, or
Well,
Uncharted, like what you were saying.
the issue with Destiny though, when you're looking at something like that, is that Destiny's season pass and battle pass is so long, it's so
It is.
expensive.
It's so
It's You
long.
need to pump so many hours into that. My One of my main problems I have, obviously because you can hear this in the background, being a dad and not having the time and things like that. When you have such giant battle passes and very very hard to unlock or takes forever to unlock unlockables, it becomes difficult to really like that game as much as you did in the past when you had the time and things like that. Like, you know how many hours I put in Destiny 1? And I mean, you know what kind of train wreck of a game that was. But at the same time, I put a lot of hours in there expecting to unlock a bunch of things, and I did. You know,
Mhm.
if I took the same time and I put it here, I would probably be the same light level as you, if not a little bit higher, and had better exotics. But like, I just, the season pass is just so big. It's
Mhm.
way too big, way too crazy.
I think it needs to be bigger.
You know what? You make it bigger, and it's going to be even harder for people to achieve things.
Look good.
Rogue Company is the opposite. Kevin, you and I played a lot of Rogue Company to the point where like I got all the stuff I wanted. And I was like, oh yeah, this
Mhm.
even after the platinum, I was like, yeah, this is all the stuff, costumes, money,
Mhm.
currency, all that I wanted. Like that's what I want. So that's a bit easier to kind of get with unlockables and things like that. Where
It's a
Destiny's
bit
just
easier to get the unlockables, but the battle pass itself, I feel like the progress in that is so slow.
you play maybe like 4 or 5 matches and then you're good with like a couple levels.
Huh.
I mean,
Maybe
if you
that's why.
play
I don't know. Oh wait, are you running boosts? I might not be running boosts.
I
Oh,
any
I'm
of
wrong.
those XP boosts I get or any of this season pass boosts I get, I use it right away.
Oh yeah, I haven't like used any. I think I have like 50 just sitting around.
Hmm.
Maybe that's my
Maybe you
problem, huh?
should.
Yeah. Anyway, any final comments? I feel like this topic has gone on for way too long. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, yeah, I had a discussion with this. I mean, it was
That's
good.
fair.
It was good talking and good discussion. I mean, it's not like we went way off topic. We talked about
Oh
JCPenney for a
no.
little bit, but that was it, and
Yeah.
Burlington. But we learned where Adam got his pants from. That's the most important part of the end of the day. Now, what size is your pants, Adam?
Is or are?
R?
I don't know.
Alright, well, alright. That's okay. Anyway, so, getting off this topic here, I'm going to move on to a topic that I want to talk about that literally just got told to us, about an hour ago by Mr. Desinote over there. So PSVR 2 has been unveiled, finally.
Oh,
We don't know what it looks like.
I wanted to go next.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
I literally just wanted the scores for the Extraction. It's score time for the 2022 Metacritic. What do you mean, go ahead? Somebody else give me a score. Who wants to go first? You get the first pick.
I'll go first.
Kevin's going first.
All right, so I gotta talk my way through this a little bit here because this is gonna be tough. All right, so Rainbow Six Extraction. Oh boy, this can score in so many places. This genre is the hardest, one of the hardest genres to nail. The X-player co-op experience, akin to like Deep Rock Galactic, Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood. There are others too that I can't think of right now. GTFO. It's so hard to nail these games because you need to have replayability, you need to have interesting game mechanics, you need to have a vast array of difficulty and like a pretty good difficulty spike to keep people interested because again, cooperative experience, you're going up against AI. And just so much stuff and maps, various maps, because the more maps or locales or whatever you have, in theory, more replayability and stuff that you could possibly squeeze out of this. Um, Extraction is looking like it's going to have a decent amount of all the things that are required to make a game like this, but I feel like something is just going to fall short and it's going to suck. But I'm going to be optimistic here.
Want me to tell you what
I'm
it
going
is?
to be
Want me to tell you
real
what's going to suck?
optimistic. Huh?
Want me to tell you what's going to suck?
Hold on. I'm going to give my score, and then you'll tell me. I'm going to be super optimistic here and go with 82.
82. All right. Who wants to go next?
I would like to give this train wreck of a title because it's made by the same stupid ass developer.
Yeah. All right.
I want to give it a 0. I actually want to give it, a bomb, an exploding bomb, just so that everything just falls to pieces and gets obliterated.
All right, 0 locked in.
No, hold on. I said I would like to. Okay. The actual score I'll probably give this is a 75.
75. Desinoda, you want to go next?
Wait, I didn't hear what was going to fail.
You know
the reason why it's because it's a Ubisoft title. That's why.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's a garbage, stupid, idiotic, asinine company who makes this game. And they should all burn in sulfuric acid.
Cool.
All of them.
That's cool, man.
Yep. All right.
Desinoda, you want to go next, or?
78.
78. Wow, he didn't even he didn't wait. He was like, I'm ready. I don't need time. 78. All right. Wow. Looks like
I think it will be average.
You think 78 is average? Interesting.
You
gonna clarify that, or are you sticking with that?
I feel like a lot of games don't really get low scores.
Yeah.
Like anything past 60 or 70. So that's why I think that score is about average.
All right. Well, that's some good scores. I'm leaning towards Genesis and Desinodo. Rainbow Six Siege has like a 73. But again, we're going with the PS5 version. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit higher. So I'm gonna go higher than Stupid Face Genesis. Thank you. Couldn't think of your name. And then lower than Desunoda. I don't know. Don't ignore the word. I'm gonna go a clean 77. I'm gonna go a clean 77.
Now, how clean is that? We talking like some silver polish?
It's so
Or are we just
clean,
talking about
it's got to
like
be
stick polish?
extracted. The game comes out January 20th. So
I feel
if
like I gotta go back to this for a second. Hang on. Stupid face?
I
What?
said don't think about it, it wasn't about that. When I forget words, I just say words. So just again, not. It's fine.
No, it's fine. All right.
I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it.
I would.
Okay.
I'll worry about it for you. How about that?
So this comes out January 20th. So if you want to change your score, next week Thursday, the 13th, you got to put that in. A week before is the or if scores break out sooner. So
I'm sorry.
So-
What was the thing we were doing for which version of the game, or are we just doing PS5 all the way through?
PlayStation
it's
5.
PS5 unless it's PC only. So if it's like 7 reviews on PS5 and 68 reviews on PC, we are going with the PS5 version because that's where we primarily play.
Yes.
Okay.
So you might wanna skew your scores. Just a heads up, Rainbow Six Siege, the score of 73, 40 copies on PlayStation 4. It's like a 75 or 9 or whatever on PC, but it actually has less reviews on PC. So honestly, it's probably going to be more reviewed on PS5 anyways.
Cool.
So
Isn't there another game coming in January that we have to rate?
if there is, it's been delayed out of it, or I don't know it.
Isn't Legends Arceus coming out? Pokemon Legends Arceus?
Is that still January?
I thought that was still January, unless I'm wrong.
Looking up.
I know I always assume Elden Ring was January, but that's not.
No.
That's February.
Let me
I'm
see.
pretty sure
Let me see.
Pokemon Arceus is still January.
It's January 28th.
It's also crap. Where the hell is Voodoo Elemento P? Oh yeah, right here. I forgot to color it. That's why. What an idiot. All right, who wants to go first for this one? Kevin already went first.
I will.
Kevin already went first. So if somebody else wants to jump in,
I'll jump in. I got it. I'm gonna give this next garbage franchise, garbage stupid ass company, piece of shit employees, everything about this stupid place in Pokemon, and everything that they do is just a train wreck. And, I'm gonna give them and this game probably a 91.
are you serious? Is that a joke?
No, it's not, because generally Pokemon games always review pretty high.
All right. All right.
Give it a 91.
All right. Who wants to go second?
I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Just give me an 80.
Oh, just a flat 80?
Flat 80, baby.
Flat 80, baby.
Shit, I made a mistake here, didn't I?
All right. You want to explain that?
I made a mistake.
No.
No? All right. Destinoda, you want to go next?
Given that a Pokemon game hasn't scored higher than an 88 in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Wait. Let him finish. This might be the one that brings to the 90s.
Honestly, I don't even see a Pokemon game in the 90s. Above 90.
Yeah, no, this might be the first. But anyways, what's your score?
You don't need to do this to me and make me feel like this.
77.
Ooh. All right, I'll give my score, and then we'll go back to see if anybody at all. No one specific wants to change their score.
Actually, 78.
78. All right, I'll move you up there. I'm gonna just be like I'm gonna be a centrist again. I'm gonna give it an 84. I don't think it's going to be as I think it's not going to be good, but I think it's going to still be Pokemon. People like Pokemon. I honestly think 91 is possible just because of how much people love Pokemon. So just in defense of Genesis there. So does anybody want to change their score?
I'm changing my score.
All right, cool. If you want to change it, you got till Friday the 21st. Because the game comes out on Friday the 28th, so a week before. Or if scores release earlier, then if they come out before Friday the 21st, then tell me before. So if you have any changes in your scores, let me know.
I'll change it to an 88.
For Pokemon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
So 80. I'm going to assume he made a mistake based on the language. So that
I said 88. He goes, shit.
Ah, shit. Gone. He left the game in the party chat. Alright, he must have accidentally turned off his PlayStation or something. So that's an 88 for Genesis on Pokemon. That's a 78 for Desunoto. That's an 80 for Kevin. And that's an 84 for myself. And then for Rainbow Six Extraction, it's a 75 for Genesis, a 78 for Desunoto. Weird. 78 for both. Good for him. 82 for
78.
Kevin, and a 77 for myself. I will get the other friend, Dan, I forgot the word we used for him. I'll get his score.
Fuego.
Caño Fuego. I'll get his score. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'll get his score, and then we'll go from there. So, 2 down out of the 79 games or 80 games on here now. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. There's a lot of games on here.
Destino, what did you do?
Wasn't there one more game coming? Go ahead, Destino. What'd you do? Why'd you say, oh shit?
Oh my! I was navigating to turn my controller off, and I accidentally went all the way to power and went down to hit X and turn off PS5.
Yep. I knew it was going to be something like that. It had to be. Now, let me just confirm that video game releases are down. That's it.
Confirming that right now.
We can add some if we need to. Not 2021, 2022. Just dumbs. Get out of the past, Google. Get out of the past.
I'm looking.
Monster Hunter Rise on PC, don't care. Astroneer on Switch, don't care. God of War on PC, don't care. Windjammers 2, we could add if we want.
Oh, isn't, oh no, that's February.
There's a game called Baby Storm, which could be interesting.
Now let's talk about Cricket 2022 for a second here, guys.
Are you talking about Cricket Superstars?
You got it.
Okay, that's not Cricket 2022 then. It's Cricket Superstars.
No, it's Cricket 2022.
It's called Cricket Superstars.
It's called Cricket 2022 International Edition.
Let me tell you something. Guys, I'm reading Circuit Superstars. Guys, that's a different game. I think I'm gonna call that Genesis' fault still. So
it's good. That's fine.
No, that's my fault. I apologize. Do we want to do Cricket Superstar or Cricket 2022?
Wait, that game's already out.
What?
Cricket 2022?
It comes out January.
Wait, what did I?
28th.
Cricket 22. Or is it Cricket 2022?
Are you reading the? Oh my god!
There's a game called Cricket 22 that came out in October 22nd.
Yeah, this is out, Genesis. All right. No. Wow, what a stupid group of people we are. All right. So we could do. Okay. So Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, I don't think we care about that one enough.
No,
to
it's a
even...
remaster. We won't do those. So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're changed enough.
No.
So we could do Circuit Superstars. That's already been out on Steam, it seems, since October. So I say no
What
for that one.
Windjammers 2?
I'm thinking Windjammers 2. I don't know if 1 ever came out. Initial release date, Windjammers 2, 2020. It's being ported to the to console. Wait, what?
No.
Hold on. It says initial release date 2020, but then it says it's coming out for everything starting. What's happening? Hold on. Gotta look into Windjammers 2. Hold on.
Actually, you know what we should do? Ikai.
What the hell is Ikai? It's not even on this list.
It's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch.
What's it called?
Ikai, I-K-A-I. It's a first-person psychological horror game set in the feudal era.
Ikai game. I've never heard of this. It's not even on this list that Game Informer has, so get fucked, Ikai. It's 12, so we're okay.
Originally supposed to come out in October, delayed till January.
It didn't come out in October?
No, according to this list, this was
okay.
Just updated 6 hours ago.
Okay, on Steam, it still says it's coming out in March 2022.
Never mind then.
So I'm confused about that.
I don't know. This maybe is wrong then.
You said 6 hours ago? From where? Where are you seeing that?
6 hours ago from releases.com.
But that sounds sketchy. Do we trust releases.com?
No.
No. As I'm on this website, I do not trust this. Because it literally says January 2022 confirmed, but provides no date.
Deep Rock Galactic actually came out, but it's already out.
Deep Rock Galactic was just a PlayStation release, though. It's already been out on other things. So okay. That is not what we're doing. So Windjammers 2, it looks like it's supposed to be released later this year. Well, January. So it's supposed to come out in 2020. Then it was delayed. It was supposed to be released in early 2020. Then it was oh no, never mind, I lied. The game was planned for a 2019 release on PC and the Switch, but got delayed to early 2020. And then in December of 2020, confirmed that was the game again delayed to 2021. And over the course of its development, versions for the PlayStation 4, Stadia, and Xbox One were also added. So it's now coming out January 20th, 2022. So we could do that, or we could do Baby Storm, or we could do both. Baby Storm sounds wild, to say the least. And when you Google it, it's very strange. I don't know if it's new. It looks new. It has a website or a page on Metacritic. I do not know if it'll get reviewed. So we want to do Baby Storm?
Everybody for Baby Storm say Google.
There's a game called Baby Storm.
Are you okay? When you Google Baby Storm game, on the side it says Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm came out in 2008. I'm like, okay, thank you. But then there's some trailers. It was just announced 3 weeks ago on Nintendo's YouTube channel.
I love how the developer is Baby Corp.
Is this a phone game? That's coming to is this a phone game that's coming to Switch?
I don't know.
Baby Storm getting a physical release on Switch. Hold on, I gotta read this. Yeah, no, this is no, it's an indie game coming to the Switch. Baby Storm, everyone want to do Baby Storm?
All right, I'm gonna give the first rating for Baby Storm.
Are we? Well, nobody's confirmed if they want to do it yet.
Oh God, these babies are a freaking nightmare fuel.
Yeah, don't look at them.
Boy.
Don't look at them. They're bad.
But that's the whole point of the game.
Nah, don't look at that. All right, we're doing Baby Storm, I guess. Yeah, goo. Genesis, you said you wanted to go first?
All right, I'm giving Baby Storm a 62.
I didn't say I was ready.
Ooh, 62.
Baby Storm.
All right, you ready for my score?
Did I say I was ready? When's Baby Storm come out? 120? 21.
Yeah, I think so.
121. Odd.
120, 122.
All right. You said what? 87? What would you say?
60.
Damn.
All right. Who wants to go next? All right, I'll go next. 60 is a good guess. I think this one's going to be a critical hit. I think it's going to be an indie darling. I'm going to go. You look at this. When you has anybody watched this trailer? This trailer has been.
I'm going to watch it right now. Hang on.
It's
a second.
don't. It's not good. It's not bad,
Oh dear.
but like
This looks like a robot chicken version of a baby game.
as I watch this trailer, I don't know if this should even qualify for rating it. And honestly, I think we're just gonna do it just because of how bad it looks. No offense to anybody who worked on Baby Storm, all -5 of you. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a critical darling. I'm gonna go 62.
Wasn't that already taken? Oh, no. What's
No, you said 60. Who wants to go next? Sounds like Desonoto to me.
55.
All right, Kevin.
You know what? I'm gonna go 66.
All right. We got a 60 from Genesis, a 55 from Desunoto. Surprised you didn't say 78. A 66 from Kevin, and a 62 from Adam. So
Now hold on. Here's the big question. What do you think Cacafuego is gonna rate this?
I literally will just text him names and scores, and he'll probably say like a 7.
7?
Yeah, he gives me the scores usually in like just a 1 through 10, and then I just convert them.
You think he'll rate Baby Storm?
He could give it a 9, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
like,
he may give it a 9.
He'll first ask, what is that? And then he'll say, I don't care, 7, or something like that. It's going to be, once I text him, I will send you what he says.
Okay.
So, I'll text him tomorrow about these. And then if he says a score that we have, I'll just bump it. So, I'm going to make a new rule while we're doing this, just real quick. New rule is no other game similar to this baby game. Baby Storm, no games like Baby Storm. Because it looks like a phone game. And I think that it's just not going to be fun if we include all this trash. I think Baby Storm just has a dumb name and it's early on. We're just going to include it because why not? And honestly, if it sucks, I might just delete it by the end. Just because, like, Baby Storm, no one cares. I don't think we put Windjammers 2. I don't know if Windjammers was popular.
I mean, it warranted a sequel. I'm assuming it was popular.
Yeah, but Windjammers was released in 1994.
Yeah.
So.
1994.
And it's similar to Pong.
It's similar to.
Yeah, you like move up and down. So I honestly don't know what Windjammers 2 is going to be like. I can only assume they've been working on it since 1994. So yeah. I think that's it. That's good.
No, yeah, that's good. We don't need to do windjammers. A baby is enough.
Yeah, baby. Again, I don't even know if this one's gonna stay because, like, it looks trash. But yeah, all right. That's all I had.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go back to my topic. Um,
No.
I don't think we're gonna do rumors. Just maybe thinking how long this topic's gonna go
Yeah,
since we're
yeah, that's
already
fine.
yeah. So PlayStation VR 2 got fully detailed today. I'm still looking for where the press conference was because apparently there's screenshots from it. I don't know if it was a private press conference, but there's screenshots and everything, and I can't find a video detailing this on YouTube anywhere. But PSVR 2 finally got fully spec'd out detail to us. It is looking to be an extremely amazing VR machine. It's still corded, unfortunately. It is not wireless. It has one single cord that is going to be going to the machine. But here are the things that is really mind-boggling to me that this thing is going to be able to do. First of all, 4K, 120 frames, or 120 hertz on a VR screen. It is an OLED display that's by 2000 by about I think the actual measurement was like 1000 and some change, 1052. Um, eye tracking IR technology built into the headset, has 4 cameras on the front of it, so you no longer need a camera externally to see where you are. You will be able to interact with your environment, has haptic feedback triggers all across the remote. Haptic feedback on the remote, triggers are also haptic feedback on the remote. I should clarify that.
Hmm.
The controllers are called, oh boy, hang on.
Senses.
Senses, there you go. Appreciate it. Thank you. Um, and Gorilla has announced the Horizon Call of the Mountain game, which is
Not
going to be a
gorilla.
VR. Yeah, Gorilla and Firespite.
Yeah, it's not really gorilla.
I mean, the guy from Gorilla came out and said it.
The guy from Gorilla is like, Fire Sprite's doing this in our world. You watch that video?
I did watch the video.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's
like,
the one who
the
came.
Fire Sprite's doing stuff in our world. All right,
Oh,
see ya.
okay. It's 2000 by 2040. I apologize,
The
not
trailer
1000.
sucked.
So, it was not long. 110
Yeah.
degree field of view, so like you're gonna see everything around you. Um, the eye tracking is going to be insane just because it'll actually they're talking about it detecting each and every motion of your eye so that you'll be able to do what first person, let's say you're in first person mode in a game, you just looking around will even make that even feel that much better when you're playing a PlayStation VR game. USB-C, 4 cameras, motion sensor, all that's there. um, and then your what do you call it, why does it have a built-in lithium-ion rechargeable battery? Oh, those are controllers. That's why. 3D audio is also in this. So if you combine this with um, your PlayStation headphones, the Platinum headphones, this would probably.
Pulse?
Is that what? Is that? Oh, is it called a Pulse? Why did I say Platinum?
Because that's what the Sony Gold ones, the
Oh,
powerful, the best one was the Platinum.
yeah, Pulse. If you have your Sony Pulse or whatever they come up with that at that time, I would assume maybe they'd have something different as well. Um, that is probably going to make the experience of VR go even higher than ever before. Um, I I had the pleasure of playing one of the Oculus Quests, and that's a completely wireless system with the cameras on outside, so it knows like spatial awareness and all that of where you are in a room. Um, that is all wireless. It's great, but it's definitely not going to have the computational power that this is going to have to be able to boost up to 4K and 120 hertz or 120 frames per second in a game. That would be insane to see. I'm looking forward to see what kind of different things are going to come out for the PlayStation VR 2. It sounds like Sony is back in VR 110%. I think they see there is definitely profit for them in the VR segment. How much, I don't know, because I don't know if they ever even talk about numbers for the original VR anymore at this point. I think it's way too late now for them to say anything about that
5 million
anymore.
as of 2020,
Okay, so that's
I
still
think
very good
was. I just
movement
watched
for
the
VR
Mystic video and he
headsets.
said 5 million for 2020.
The real big thing for this headset is going to be price. and I think it needs to fit somewhere, especially now that you have more affordable virtual reality headsets. They really need to sell what this thing can do, and why it needs to be with a PlayStation 5, and like what is the main driving factor for this. Obviously, we don't see any of that yet because we don't even know what the actual unit looks like. I think they showed like some renders of like what the controllers may look like. I know we saw the picture.
Yeah,
we've seen
the
those,
controllers.
yes. I don't know if they've got more revisions or not because we saw just a diagram, like a CAD diagram, during the presentation and the screenshot that they had. Yeah, real big thing is going to be price for this. I feel like it has to be competitively priced, but it can't be as competitive as like, $249 or $299. I don't think it can be that competitive because at the end of the day, the PlayStation VR, the original one, was $399.
Yeah, $399.
Yeah, there was no different version of that, right? And
No.
if you're not counting the HDR version of it, whatever that came afterwards, but same price. That didn't change in price. I think if they were to capture a $299 price, it would sell very well. I think what they're realistically going to go for is probably like a $349 price.
I think it's going to be more.
You think it's going to be more because of the 4K
Yeah.
output, because of all this technology built into it?
If you look at like the Vive, like the HTC Vive, that's like one of the best VR headsets. This is a little different because it has like the whole setup in it, including the controllers and stuff. But this thing's like $1,400.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I mean, I don't think they can price it more than the PlayStation 5. And I don't think they'll price it more than the digital edition of the PlayStation 5.
$500, I feel like.
I don't think it'll be more expensive than the digital edition of the PlayStation 5, which is $400. So I think it'll be either the same price or it'll be a little bit less. I can't imagine. Also,
maybe $450.
No, it's got to be 400 or less. I think if they can get it to 300, I think that would be the sweet spot.
I think people would definitely want to jump into VR at that point if it's priced at 300.
It's really more about support of games, and also if it's backwards compatible. Still not confirmed. So
I would assume it's backwards compatible.
Yeah, we would assume everything, but like they haven't confirmed it.
But if your PlayStation 5 can play PS4 games, right? Why wouldn't it be backwards compatible?
Because the VR is done in a completely different way.
Oh, you mean I mean, what's really different versus just you get extra movement on like the VR2?
It is.
It's tracked in a completely different way. The previous one is tracked with lights.
Right, but you would just replace the light tracking with
the coding that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much coding that would be. I can't imagine it's something simple. I don't know if games need updates. Yeah, I would have to imagine.
You would have to teach all the original games how to interact with the new hardware.
I would have to imagine that like either the most popular games are going to be updated, or they're just going to be like, hey, this also kind of has like some way that it automatically like updates the games. It gives it a patch once you load it up with this. Like, I have literally no idea. They haven't confirmed it, and they said previously that like there are games that would get like boosted with it, but at the same time we don't know if it's every game. They haven't confirmed it. I don't even know if they have an answer. By the way, also you said haptic triggers. It's adaptive triggers and haptic feedback on the controller.
Adaptive triggers.
Yeah, you always forget adaptive. I don't know why. It always happens. But
this one's definitely going to be more accessible though, because you don't need to stand in a specific spot for this thing to work. The cord obviously just has to reach, but like because it's got the spatial awareness cameras in it, like the main problem with the VR1 was that yes, the light.
You had to line everything up, and you needed a lot of space. Yeah, this should be a lot easier. I think this will be good. I mean, as you know, I'm down for this.
I'm 100% down.
I was also down for the other one. I think this Horizon trailer for this game, I think it was very lackluster. It was literally you were riding in the back of something, and then a
tall neck comes by.
tall neck walks right over you, and then that's it. That's literally it. And
They
it
shouldn't
looks
have shown it
cool.
like that. They should. I'm assuming this was a private event that they just showed screen
No,
cap stuff
I
because
just sent you the link to it. It's Sony was at
the actual
CES.
CES happened.
Yeah, CES was today. Sony's event was supposed to start at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It actually, so it started at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I sent
I
you the
thought CES.
PlayStation portion of CES. I already sent it
I
through
thought
our group
yes,
chat.
I see that now. I
Sony
thought
had a whole
CES
hour
had
long
gotten
thing.
canceled.
Now,
That's interesting.
they must have done it. I don't. I actually saw the news today because Google pushed that notification, and I was
Same
like,
thing.
oh, interesting. I wonder if what will happen. What? I mean, I saw the news that CES was happening and Sony was going to have a conference.
Oh, I saw because Google had pushed in the news after Desinetta posted in the chat. They pushed the news of like VR2 name and Horizon game and all that, and then I looked
Yeah,
into it
yeah.
further.
And that Horizon game was rumored for a while, so
Yeah,
which is cool.
Let me pose a question to the panel here. So I know Adam's answer already, but like, what knowing that this thing has the improvements it's going to have at this point, obviously we don't know what the main unit looks like, we don't know the price or anything like that. If it's priced at 300 and it has at least 3 or 4 titles that utilize it very well out the door, is it something that either Kevin or Destinoto, would you guys buy this, or is this something that you're going to pass on as
100%
you?
no.
100% no. Okay, Destinoto.
VR is terrible. I still don't like it.
Okay.
Um, I don't understand this headset. I don't understand why there's cameras on the outside of it. I think they're using the word camera here to like not have to explain how this is working because it makes no sense. Like if it's actually a camera that's trying to judge like distance from things, you're going to have to play in a lit room. That or it's a night vision, which I guess is possible as well. But like I don't know why you wouldn't just use an infrared laser and a sensor that picks up distance. It'd do the same thing for cheap.
The infrared, I think, is inside for the eye tracking.
Eye tracking,
Outside.
I'm getting there. Eye tracking makes no sense. I don't I don't know how they would ever use this. Um, you said that it would make sense for first-person shooters. No, it would not. Um, because you already have your field of view. You are wearing a headset. If the game in any way is going to change where you are looking based on where your eyes drift off to, it is going to be disorienting as all hell, especially in a first-person shooter. The point of VR in first person is that you can look off to the side and see what's there. Um, and it also is imperative that you have the field of view that you have in a first person game because you need to be able to bring your gun up to your eye and aim down the actual sight of that gun. So if their eye tracking throws any of that off, first person shooters will not exist. So I don't understand how this eye tracking stuff is supposed to work or enhance any sort of game. Um, the vibration, I don't understand why it's in the headset and not in the controllers. That to
It
me
is in
makes
the
a lot more sense.
controllers. It's also
Oh,
in
it's
the
in all of
headset.
them. Okay.
Yes.
The
Oh, they're
headset
both.
makes
Yeah,
no sense to
I
me. The
said that wrong.
controllers make sense to me. Um,
It's not supposed to like vibrate uncontrollably on your head. It's just supposed to like do little things like just so you're more immersed, which is
no,
probably going to
I
be
mean,
annoying, and hopefully you can turn it off.
yeah,
It's like
because
tactile things. Like they say, like the example they use, like let's say you get blown back in the game by like a shockwave or something, you'd feel that as like a sensory input from the vibrations that come from the headset. I think that's what they're saying.
I'm sketch about that. I don't need something vibrating my head.
I mean, if it's subtle, sure. But like,
I would
I've
have to think
definitely
it has to be
missed
subtle.
vibration in controllers when playing VR. I will say that because it feels like it's missing, especially with like the obvious, oh, we have a VR game, we need to make shooting games now. There's no vibration, there's no recoil, there's no nothing. If you could make violent recoil simulated in controllers for VR, huge, right? Um, but I don't understand so much of this design that I guess I'll just have to see it being used. The eye tracking, like I
Hmm.
said, makes no sense to me. I don't understand how that would ever be used. In this article I read, it says like, oh, it'll allow for like expression. Expression of what? There's no interaction games for VR. Like what? So the
The
thing's gonna know when I roll my eyes? Great. What does that do?
the example that they use in their blog post was it adds a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character.
Right.
So I thought of
So it
an
knows when I roll my eyes. Ooh.
well no I thought of like a one where like let's say you have like an okay in a game you have like a quick inventory up on the top right or on the bottom or something like that, and you glance at it to select something really quick without having to move your hand down there to pick it up or select that, like press something. I would think maybe that's an additional input, but that would kind of get tricky when you're starting to look at things and all of a sudden your eye hits like something else and you need me to change something. um Maybe unless it counts when you blink. Maybe when if you blink or something and you pick it up, that'll give you an item or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking of scenarios where they could use that without it being so intrusive into what you're doing. Because I can understand your comment of like it'll know when your eye rolls.
Well,
But
like, I just if you're gonna say like, because basically what you're describing, hear me out here, is similar to like a phone or a tablet using gesture controls. If my eyes are now going to be used for gesture controls, basically in a VR headset, you're gonna be calling up stuff accidentally all the freaking time. Again, the point of a VR game is that you look around, and it's
mhm.
not just turning your head, like the whole head around. I've played plenty of games where I'm just moving my eyes around because I don't have to move my head. So I don't know. I just, hey, it's there. They probably have a reason for it, and they probably know what that reason is. I just can't figure it out readily, and I question it.
It'll be interesting to see what they use it for. I know eye tracking, I think, has been a thing that VR has been trying to get behind for a while. Like any of the VR makers, I think HTC Vive has eye tracking. I don't think any of the Oculus Quests do, or the Oculus headsets. I'm not 100% sure. If somebody wants to fact check me on that, they can. And then HoloLens, does that have? But that's more AR, not VR. HoloLens is AR, right? That's augmented reality.
Sure.
Um, which that's a whole different thing. I think you'd need eye tracking and augmented
Yeah, I don't
reality,
know. I mean,
honestly.
take my gripes with a grain of salt, there, everybody. I don't understand
No,
VR.
that's
I
why I
don't
posed
understand
it.
the
That's why I
craze.
posed the
Oh no,
question.
no, I
I
know.
want to know.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm telling the audience here, the non-existent audience.
Real quick,
No.
the cameras on the headset, that's typically used to just track motion better. Because if you have um, like if you have a camera, if you turn around, you kind of miss the camera. So the headset, it has to be like a lit room. It's on other VR headsets as well. The reason there are cameras on the headset, so if you're playing super hot, no matter what movement you do, your like headset can see exactly what's going on. It also helps with the controllers because they do have sensors on the controllers that the headset sees as well. So it's not infrared, it's something else. I don't know what it is though. So what you
So you have
said
to be in a
was
living
kind
room.
of correct, Kevin, by the way.
Right. So what you like I said, like if they are using cameras, you have to be in a lit room. I'm assuming,
Yeah, you wouldn't
which kind of sucks.
play it in what I mean, you have a headset on. It doesn't matter.
Sure
I
it does.
mean, as long as you have a certain amount of light, like I have one lamp in my room that's off to the right. It lights up the whole room
Yeah, it
pretty
should be enough.
adequately. I think that should be enough, and especially with the light that gives off, we should be fine.
Plus,
I
how do
don't think
reflective
you.
surfaces interact, or is the camera like not?
No, it wouldn't
Um,
unless you're in a room of mirrors and a bunch of bright light, it shouldn't interact
okay.
like that at all.
I
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
don't.
I
Yeah.
there's
have
super sensitive cameras that are like
if I were to get it,
all
I
that.
have a balcony door like right here, so
Yeah,
it's
that wouldn't
glass.
cause any issues.
Right. Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
it would.
you'd be
Yeah.
fine. I
See,
still don't think this is for you, obviously, because it's just not for
one
you.
of
But
the
like,
Oh
one
no,
of
that's
the
sure.
just some of
things
your
that
gripes there.
one of the things that like that Oculus Quest does that I played with, that uses the cameras to also show you what you're seeing on the outside. So like there's a
Augmented
field.
reality stuff, yeah.
Well, yeah. So the what it does is you set like a play area for yourself in a circle, right? You draw a circle for yourself and you set a play area. If you step out of that play area, it automatically switches you back to like reality for you to see what's outside, so you're not walking into like a wall or something. Um, that's one of the things that I think the cameras would 100% be used for, just to show you where you are, what you're doing, and that's what gripe that people have had with VR, because once you set that little designated area for yourself. Now I don't even really need to care about an area designated for myself, because I can see what is going out. I can draw myself that play area virtually and say, okay, as soon as I step out of here, it's going to immediately just bring me out of the game into a camera, or show me a boundary that I'll walk into, that I can't walk there.
Also,
Uh,
fun little fact about the Quest. One of the cameras on their headset, it can see the controllers because the controllers have little LEDs that we can't see, that the camera can see, which is
Oh yeah,
wild.
okay, that makes sense. Sure.
hmm.
Yeah.
So that's probably some
Another thing that
infrared
I totally
stuff.
forgot. Yeah. Another thing I totally forgot to bring up. 4K display. VR games look like hot trash. So this is like whatever. We'll see what they can do with it. But most of the time, very pixelated, very jank.
Yeah, I think the 4K display will help, especially with the pixelation.
And it won't. It'll make it look worse.
Really? That's the whole
How
point
much
of.
So,
does 4K? How
okay,
much does 4K help Minecraft? Real quick.
Well, Minecraft is a no. That's hang on a
I
second.
mean, Minecraft doesn't look worse, I don't think.
No, it doesn't. But if you look at if you get near a 4K television, it's very difficult to see pixelated things in there, because there's so many pixels on the TV. You walk up to a 1080p TV, you'll see pixels right away as you get closer. Everything will start to get pixelated and blurry. A 4K display will help with pixelation because there's more denser pixels that will now give you a wider what's the word I'm looking for? Not a wider gamut of like colors. So you have what did it say? It was a 2000 by 2050 display in that on that headset. The original headset was it was an hang on.
It's
I want
not.
to
It's not good. That's 2000 by 2040 per eye on the new one.
Oh, so it's like a fourth. Okay, so if you were to combine the two,
Yes,
you
because
have
you
like
can't.
4000 by
At
4000.
4K that close, it just doesn't work. We don't have the technology to make those pixels small enough to not see them as strange.
Right. But now with this one, they should have a much easier time with things not being pixelated.
The first one was like half. It was like it was
Yeah,
960 by
It's
1080.
nine.
it
Yeah,
wasn't a lot.
exactly. And that's why you're gonna see such bad pixelation on the original VR. Yeah, when you walk up to things and you start touching things, yeah, it's pretty pixelated, because the resolution is so low. The higher the resolution, the better with the pixelation you'll get.
Eh,
That's another what did you think about this? Would you get it if it's $2.99? Would you be interested? Would you not care? Is it not up your alley?
I think I'd have to have some game that I'm like thoroughly interested in to even think about picking it up. Like I probably wouldn't buy it at launch unless there's some staple game that I really enjoy. Like maybe if
I
they
love stapling. I would totally be into that in VR.
if they put
The sequel to Stacking?
Resident Evil
Is that the
8, I
sequel to
guess,
Stacking?
or
Resident Evil. If
maybe
they
the
had
next
Resident
one
Evil
that comes
8 in
out,
this, that'd be great. In
I would
VR.
probably pick it up then. Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
Or even if they did like there was like a Silent Hill
I think my only gripe
game.
though is that it's still wired. Like, would it matter to either of you if it's wired? Like, that's or not. If this thing has a wire to it,
What
It
is
is wired.
wired though?
I'm sorry, because it
What
has a wire.
piece
It's
of it?
one single wire probably coming off the back.
It literally is just a giant USB cord that plugs into your PlayStation.
And it's going into the headset?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in the headset and all the way into your
Oh,
PlayStation.
I mean, I guess if it's long enough and it
It
doesn't get in the
usually
way,
is.
it's probably fine.
I think the last one was almost like 12,
But the
13
last
feet.
one had more wires, didn't it?
Oh, the last one had a separate box and wires that were going
Yeah.
into the box, and then the HDMI cable going into the box into your PlayStation, another HDMI cable going out of your PlayStation into the TV. Yeah, no, the last one has so many wires that, like, anytime I'm setting up, people are like, "How are you doing that?" And they just sound so old when they ask that, even if they're my age. And I'm like, it's not hard. It just looks way more complicated than it is.
Yeah. But yeah, it would have to have something on there for me to want to pick it up. And mm, I feel like it'd probably be 400. So
Okay.
that might deter some people a little bit.
All right.
I'm thinking minimum $500 price tag on this bad boy, but
Really?
I can't see it. I can't see it being more expensive than an actual PlayStation 5.
Because the Quest 3, the Oculus Quest 3 is about 300. Or the 2 was about 300, and it came in two different models. One is 300, one's 400 with
What was the difference in the
more
models?
memory.
Oh, just
Just,
memory.
yeah, I think it's just more memory in it.
Well, you won't need memory in this. They don't have to
Yeah,
put
because
memory in
everything's on
this.
the
Right.
PS5. So,
Right.
Yeah, I can only imagine this
but
thing
even then,
will
like the
be
4K
400 at the
specs.
highest.
Yeah, I
I
think the
mean, a
4K is gonna drive
comparable
it up to
headset.
400.
What,
Yeah, a
Kevin?
comparable headset on PC is $600.
They'll have to bite the bullet. Like when they released the original PSVR, they knew they couldn't price it more than the PlayStation 4. And when they put it out, they were not making money on it. Like you can't. I mean, it's possible, but I can't see them putting it out and going, "Hey, if you have a digital edition PS5, pay $100 more than you did for your
Yeah,
PS5 for a VR headset." Like I can't see that happening because it's an accessory. An accessory costing more than the actual thing is
it's.
wild.
I mean, it's not, but I guess yeah, it still sort of is.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It
like
doesn't
a
work
lot of
without
people
one.
probably wouldn't buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, the VR doesn't work without a PS5 unless they
Uh,
do PC integration, which they might.
Now hear me out. I think I may revise my price. I think they might try and hit a 199 point.
I think you're crazy on
The
drugs.
reason now, hang on. Let me explain my reasoning. Give me a second. Give me a second. There's no box that's going to be needed with this. You don't need a separate processor unit because of now the PlayStation 5
Yeah,
you
nope.
have here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to have any costs associated with that. First of all, second of all, this thing, if you don't need a processor, you don't need storage, you don't need anything else additional, and if they can do what they got to do to cut corners wherever they need to cut without making this thing seem like it's super cheap, right? They can potentially get to a 199 or 250 price tag. I would be super optimistic in saying 199. Realistically, 299 or 249, I think, is where they should be aiming for to
I will
capture that
say
audience.
I will say that I will agree with you that they would sell it maybe for 249 if you don't include the controllers.
That okay? What if they did 199 no controllers and each controller is $60?
Each controller is probably going to be more.
70.
I mean, I
More.
don't see 199 happening. The lowest I ever see them going, but it wouldn't include controllers, is 250. The highest I ever see them going is 400.
Okay,
How
so
would
let's say,
controllers be more than $60? Hold on a minute.
That's kind of what happened with the VR controllers now.
but those okay, but you can't do that one because those were not that the VR controllers were an adaptation from what was a failed product of PlayStation. They said, "Hey, we have all these Move controllers laying around. We can utilize this because the VR uses the same setup." Those are
Yeah, but you couldn't buy a pack. You couldn't buy one. You had to buy a pack of two, and they were $50 a piece, so 100 for the controllers.
originally you could buy one, which were fit. God, they were 50. They
Exactly,
were
but they had all the buttons. These have different buttons on each. You need a pack of them, so it's got to be a combined price of $100 for them.
for the two
It
controllers.
can't be like one. You can't. I mean, maybe you could sell one left controller for $50, but I just don't see them doing that. They sell the DualSense for how much now? 70, 60?
60.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 70. I'm sorry, 70.
Yeah.
75 for
So
the
they'll
color, 70
sell,
for the
I would
non-color.
assume they would sell, they can't sell one of these for 70. That seems outrageous.
90 for two, maybe, or 85 for two.
I'd say make it a clean 100 for two.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. So 250 and 350. Their pricing, they have to lose money on this. There's just no way they go down to 199. And I'll gladly eat my words if it goes way above or way under, but I can't see it happening.
No, you're giving realistic thoughts at that point. I just think that if they can save all the costs with the processing unit and all that, and make it a direct straight connection to your PlayStation 5, which that is another thing to me with the direct connection to the PS5. Considering, I think most of us here have the Pulse headset and an external attached to the PlayStation 5. How many ports are open on this thing at this point? One at that point in the back?
Probably one.
Yeah, one.
So it's got to just be a USB A that plugs into the back with this thing?
Yeah.
God, it better not be.
That's crazy to have
Could
that
be.
much data. It can't.
No.
That's too much. That's way too much data to go through a USB A.
No, it has to be at least USB 3.0.
Yeah, it'd have to be a C, but like
I'm
that.
looking up how much.
Is that the one that's on the front?
Yeah, that's the one on the front.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, 4.8 gigabits. It would have to be, unless they made an even better cord than USB 3.0. Because
Yeah.
anything lower would not run anything.
Maybe
to what they
everything isn't communicated through the cord. Maybe it's
It has to be.
communicated. I
It has
mean,
to be communicated to the cord because that's the only connection it's got to the PlayStation.
maybe it also communicates via wireless.
No.
So
it's
there's
slower.
on the PS5 there's a super speed USB on the back that's 10 gigabytes per second,
Yeah.
and then
would
the
do
Type C is also 10 gigs, and the front USB Type A is just high speed.
Well, there we go.
So
Problem
it's
solved.
probably the back ones.
Yeah, or the front. You really put it wherever.
Well, the only front, well, unless it uses the Type C.
Yeah.
It
'Cause
did say
on the front
Type
other one
C
is,
on the specification sheet.
Yeah, so
No,
could
it
just
has
be
to
the
be
front
the 10
one.
gigabit ones that it's using.
Yeah.
For
Because the
4K
both front
resolution.
Type C and the back Type A are both 10 gigs.
That makes more sense.
There you go.
Bluetooth doesn't even break a gig.
No, there's no way. Wi-Fi Direct is not a thing I think they would use with this thing, so that wouldn't make any sense. Because it's got no processor in it. Everything is done by the PlayStation 5. If they even cut on the processor that is in this thing, if everything is operated through a PS5, they could definitely get a low price point.
I mean, you can keep saying that, but that's just not the case.
I think if you sell it for 200, it's just not the premium quality product that Sony's putting out. Then
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they'd
headsets
ever
on
sell it
PC
for that.
don't have processing units, and they're still going for hundreds of dollars. The hardware required inside these headsets to pull this off, and the hardware required to run the games, even though they look like ass, is incredible.
Not all of them.
Video games take a lot of processing power.
Mm-hmm.
So the HTC Vive has a 2448 by 2448 resolution, but that's $800. If you go slightly lower than that, I mean, that's only going to be...
What's the HTC Vive, what was that resolution that came out in 2016 when the original VR came out?
The first one?
Yeah, the very first one, because that was still $800 back then.
Right.
And Sony's came out and they're like, we're pricing this competitively, because we have to.
It was 1080 by 1200.
Yeah, so it was slightly more than what the PlayStation 1 was, and the PlayStation 1 was half the price.
Oh, 400.
Because they also, you put it together with the PlayStation 4, 800. Like,
yeah.
I can't see it. We'll see. We'll see when this comes out. I'm very curious.
I'm definitely sold on it regardless. But, yeah, we will see.
I'm liking everything I see. So, and I like VR. I'm a sucker for some VR.
Listen, if I get to do some like nice shooting and knife tossing and things like that in VR, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Be good.
Give me an Iron Man, a proper Iron Man game in VR.
The
that
Iron Man
looks
game
good.
was fun. It was fun. It's just the controllers are not comfortable after a while, like doing that. So if this is backwards compatible in that Iron Man game, like that might be looking good. Might be looking good.
Yep. That and give me a like a realistic driver simulator. Like you have a Gran Turismo VR edition.
Oh, you'd have to patch that game to just be like, here's a cockpit mode.
That would be crazy though.
Yeah.
Drive Club did that. Drive Club was doing that with the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that game.
All right then. Well. Alrighty. On that note, I think it's high time we call it quits here, guys. It was again a pleasure for anybody who's watching Crafting a Chat. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next week, Tuesday, same time, same place.
Oh, hold up,
Yeah,
real quick.
go ahead.
Real quick, because this is actually important. I don't necessarily take back my comments on eye tracking, but thanks to Reddit, I think I know what they're doing with this, and it's genius.
Please
All right.
explain.
Eye tracking simply to know where you're looking and focus.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
because the sides are always blurrier than straight ahead. So it'll just change how it's focused.
Guys, I gotta be honest. I thought that went without saying.
No,
I mean you could have mentioned that.
No, I honestly thought it went without saying because eye tracking. Oh, okay, they're just gonna change like that shit. Like it's how an eye works.
Well, yeah, but I never would think of that because it's
the way that they explained it. I would have said yeah.
They didn't explain. I just assumed that's what it was.
No, yeah, that makes total
sense. Next time, Adam, you speak up. You know?
I'm sorry, I really thought that went without saying, and I thought you guys were trying to figure out like what was a more like what can you move by looking somewhere? Like I really thought that.
I never assume our intelligence.
Yeah, eyeballs. You know,
I didn't know
eyeballs are wild.
They had it present at all, but no, that makes more sense because there's a lot of stuff in VR that's out of focus.
Yeah.
Way to assume that we're smart.
We're not.
We're really dumb.
I don't, guys. That's fair. I think we all tell everybody we all are not smart. Remember how Genesis and I were dumb earlier about circuit and cricket?
I didn't even know the game came out already. You mistook
I was saying a different word. Like, welcome to Crafting a Dumb.
I think we should officially change the name to Crafting a Dumb.
No, we can't change your name again.
I like the name it was. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining again this week. See you guys next week, same time, same place on twitch.tv/craftingachat. Also youtube.com starting too late. We will be back with more chats, opinions, maybe hot takes from Kevin. And yeah.
I should be on time for the next couple weeks. Dance has been canceled because of COVID. So everybody get vaccinated.
Please, everybody get boosters, please. Children 12 to 15 are now approved. Get your kids vaccinated, please.
Honestly, put some stilts on your 5-year-olds. Walk them in. Who cares? They're fine, probably.
At this point, it's okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Wait for a medical professional to confirm that. I think 5-year-olds can get it now. Like 5 and up now.
Previously established, we are very, very intelligent people.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Genesis.
Some of us are medically inclined to give out advice. Okay?
I am gonna end the stream because you're reminding me of some TikToks I saw where somebody's like, I work at I'm like not a janitor, but like I clean a hospital like at night when nobody's there. It's also an abandoned hospital and I do it for free. So you can trust me where you get your COVID information from. It's like, what? Why would I what?
So first thing I'll definitely say before the end of the stream, please get yourself vaccinated. Please, for the love of God, let's get through this, guys. And everybody stay safe and have a nice night. See you guys later.
Bye.